Well, hey everybody, this is Jen, and I wanted to take an opportunity to introduce myself to you and my business, RAWkin Spirit Creations, a year in the making. What started out as something that was just a hobby and something to keep me busy and to bless my family, and I'll introduce my family to you. This is my family. It's my husband, myself, my eldest son with his wife and 2 children, and my 4 daughters, and my daughter's husband there on the right. And I have a beautiful family who I cherish with my whole heart, and I love to do wonderful things in the home for them. I love coffee mugs. That's one of my most favorite, cherished things. I collect them by the dozens. And this is my bathroom where I sit and soak and I think about creating things. And I have a beautiful view, and inside my window is my inspiration. Spread your wings and fly, and that's my motto. Take your ideas and run with them. And the Lord blesses me with lightning strikes of ideas and opportunities. And as I sit and let the inspiration come in, I develop the most beautiful imagination and things. This is a beautiful dandelion on fire. And this is the electricity of knowledge and the beauty of the sunset behind even a tree. I spend a lot of time in the Word, and with my tonic or coffee, I developed the first company, which was RAWkin Tonics, chock full of nurturing herbs and mushrooms and roots and teas and good fruits, superfoods, powerful ingredients, not only to work your mind but your body and to sustain you, help you to grow strong. And kombucha was my first recipes that I started brewing from scratch. And then I started making my tea cozies for my cups and my coffee. And then I began making hats and knitting with my free time and doing some crafting around the house, where I'd make these little soup bowl cozies for those cold winter nights and to keep the soup warm in the bowl. In my little country home, my RAWkin farm. And I love to sit on the porch and get ideas and look over the garden and see how things are growing and get inspired. And this is the house, the project I worked on for a year with my husband. We're beekeepers. That's our first line of trade as a retired couple. Here you can see me holding the bees. We harvest the honey, and I do stuff with the propolis and the wax. My husband also on the side, we work a worm business for bait worms and composting that we use in my garden. Wonderful soil to grow all my decadent plants and herbs and produce. And I use a lot of this in our daily life, and in the inspired products that I create, I use a lot of these beautifully hand-grown herbs and great things. And it's my heart behind what I bring to you now in RAWkin Spirit Creations. Many of my creative things, like these ropes for making baskets and all the essential oils, this is just the beginning of my essential oil collection. But I'm like that dandelion on fire, ready to blow off and share with the world what the Lord has given me giftings for. 40 plus years of education and personal pursuit of things healthy. It started with an avocado seed. In this first beginning of the year, I started making jewelry with the avocado seeds, and I would carve them and make beautiful necklaces. And I have lava stones on there that I put essential oils on, and beautiful Swarovski diamonds, crystals, and I just had so much fun doing this. The market wasn't really big, but I enjoyed working with my hands and making something out of nothing, what people just would throw away in the trash, and made beautiful pieces of jewelry. And as you can see, those are the finished cured products. They take about a month to 2 months to carve and cure, and then I string them and make bracelets and I make beautiful little bowls that you can put a ring or incense in, or earrings, little tiny vessels. So with that, I started making homemade incense, and I would just turn those over, and they would be the little vessels for the incense burning. And I thought it was just the perfect little container for that. And then I put my sage leaf in there, burn that in my car to clean the air. Then I started working with terracotta, where I'd make these beautiful little essential oil discs that you could hang from your rear view or put on the seals of your window to keep bugs out and to burn incense sticks in, and that was a lot of fun. And then I began making scarves that had little lava stones at the end where you could put the essential oils on it and just wear it around your neck and smell that all day, and build up your strength and your constitution with those wonderful therapeutic oils. And then from that point, I started making these universal headbands that had a little heart sewn inside out of felt that you could apply those essential oils to, and it could be a delivery system to the nape of the neck or on your forehead. And I found that to be very useful. These beautiful headbands just helps when you're working out, working outside at the gym, just to keep your hair back when you're cleaning your house and cooking. But you also get that delivery method of the essential oils that you can change from day to day. And so I had a wonderful time, and I thoroughly enjoyed making this array of headbands to go with every outfit. Just beautiful and flexible, non-binding. You can fashion those to be thin or thick, however you want to wear those on your head. And next I have my beautiful daughter Claire modeling that, and then some beadwork I started doing on the headbands, and that's a faux suede headband and some beadwork that I started. I was working on a little paisley there that I had not quite finished, and then I started making scents with my essential oils and gifts for people, and then I put them in little necklaces, frankincense and myrrh and biblical oils for anointing that you could wear around your neck. And from there I began making dresses, and these were work dresses basically for my gardening and working out in the hot days in the farm. I found these to be light, loose, and comfortable, and very unique, very well fitting, with a matching tie to tie your hair up or to just tie around your wrist. And I had a lot of fun making these wonderful Prairie Farm Girl dresses. And from there, I was thinking I would love to have a little case to hang up in my closet to put my changes of undergarments in. So after I shower, I can just jump in my dressing closet, grab my panties out and start wearing them. And then I started making spa pillows filled with beautiful flowers and herbs. And then I used my beeswax for candle making, and propolis and honey lozenges. And then I began making wind chimes. I love the beach, and a wind chime with shells was the perfect thing, and driftwood. I am a creative being. The Lord has gifted me with very many happy things, until one day I got bit by this very ugly tick. And that changed everything for me. And now I wear this bracelet that I designed and I sell on my website for fellow sufferers of the alpha-gal allergy, which makes you allergic to all mammal and mammal byproducts. And I proudly wear this wristband to alert anybody that might need to help me if I should get anaphylactic from coming in contact to mammal. So I wear this shirt that says vegan by choice ? No, it's vegan by demand because of that tick bite. It has changed everything about how I do life. And that inspired me. And I wanted to help others who suffered the same fate that I have with this syndrome. There's not a lot of knowledge or things to do. The allergists and doctors don't really know how to rule this for our lives and how to medicate us. And so then I started the Alpha Gal Gen. And I started making body care to serve me and other people with the syndrome that was pure, clean, and vegan that they could safely use on their external body, things that were safe internally. So I started with my first bath bomb, and I used this beautiful little bee mold to remind me of my beehives, and there I am putting it in the water, seeing how it works. And I absolutely fell in love with the process, and from there my business, RAWkin Spirit Creations, began growing. And here I made salt melts for foot soaks and bathtubs, and those are with pure essential oils that are therapeutic, signature scents, and they're divine, filling your bath with salt and magnesium. And then I made these beautiful bath bombs with a heart stone inside. So after you use those, they fill the bath with decadent oils and wonderful things, and then you have this beautiful keepsake heart at the end. So with that, the heart of creating all things, even food recipes for those who suffer, and soap and body care for those who suffer. And then I began taking my ideas for these beautiful stones with all of their minerals and energy, and I started leaching those out into the waters that I would infuse my soaps and other great products, these beautiful minerals from the stones from the earth. And here I began my cold process soap making. Some of my signature soaps that you'll find online, this is the dandelion bamboo, and this is my Essene. And the Essene bar cut. My tree of life, that's actually my bamboo soap right there. And this is my tree of life with acai and wonderful mineral rich spirulinas and chlorella and blue-green algae, just wonderful things. I use this as an all-over bar. I even wash my hair with it. And then I began felting the soap so that the bars would last longer. And it would also work as kind of a wash rag, a washcloth for you at the same time. And it shrinks as you use the bar of soap, and this goes down and shrinks with the soap, and they're just beautiful and fun and soft. And here's my packaging for the very first bar of soap that I sold, and I gave away that beautiful little coaster with my signature dandelion on fire. And then I began a man's product, starting from my husband first, and these are the mechanic soap that has beautiful black walnut hull and clay and charcoal to help him clean his hands after working for hours with the worms. And then here's my green juice bar, and then my fruit smoothie bar made with fresh fruit and vegetable smoothies. And then I make these beautiful soaps. And then I started my glycerin soaps with the little honeybee. And then my glycerin soap that has reishi mushroom, that's even great for babies. So that inspired me to make these beautiful little sweet pea washcloths. That's flannel on one side and felt on the other. And terry cloth on the other, excuse me. Then I made them for boys and girls. And this would serve as a washcloth to wash the baby. And then when it's not in use, it has this cute little button and little clasp to put it together. And then I started my loofah bar soaps with glycerin and wonderful juicing. And then I made my fruit juice glycerin bar. You can see the beautiful strawberry seeds in there and cranberry seeds. Then my journey started with my salt bars, and there's my coral reef with beautiful Himalayan salt. And my tears of joy, lavender and vanilla. And I use this as soap samples when people buy my bands. And this is a beautiful sun, moon, and stars. Then began my deodorant line, filled with essential oils and also ancient oils, things that help dispel the odor but allows you to sweat. And then I made my bath salts for relaxation. and my toothpaste and tooth powders. Then my wonderful facial serum that helps to plump and tone and feed and nourish the skin, hydrate it. Then I took a break and I went to Hawaii. I wasn't feeling so good and I was starting to spiral down, and I sought the Lord while I was there what to do with my future, how to eat and how to live. And as I walked the beach and I prayed and I put my feet in the water, I love the ocean. I was raised on the beach. And whenever I go back, I find so much inspiration and peace. And then come the promises of God to build a future and pave a way and a plan for me, and that I have a mission and a purpose. And I know that that is like the wind that blows. There's so much inspiration. And so as I gained my strength and my purpose and my priorities, knowing that God even cares about the little things, I took all the inspiration, all the whispers that He gave me, and I brought them back home, renewed and restored with an agenda and a purpose, and that was for me to heal and then to inspire others to heal. And so I started the Alpha Gal Chef and the Alpha Gal Support products. The ways of my past creations, like this beautiful cheesecake, was no longer part of my life, but now it was going to be fruits and vegetables from the earth, things that were pure and good, no mammal, no sugar, no junk food, no processed food, everything from scratch. The Lord had been teaching me how to garden for years, and one day I would need to live, to thrive with those very things. So I'm very grateful and thankful for my trek so far in this life, and for all the paths that the Lord led me down to get to this place, and the skills and the gifts that He gave me. And so now I take and I share them with you, the fruits of my labor, my love, and my care. I often do videos of the foods that I make that are vegan, sometimes vegetarian, and I utilize all these beautiful herbs from my garden. There's my dill and my wonderful basil, and rosemary, and here's my awesome sage, and there's some more dill. I love to juice using dill. I've got my oregano and my plethora of wonderful herbs, and my dandelions for juicing and making soaps. There's my oregano, and I have thyme, and so I start creating the vegan food with hemp hearts, avocado, tomato, and sprouts that I make at home, homemade muffins with healthy grains and dried fruits, coconut oil. And here's some wonderful meals and lunches that I make. Here's my fried okra from the garden, and some 2,000-year-old ancient bread recipe that's made with seeds and flour. And here's some wonderful tacos that I make that are all vegan, and some Navajo bread, my beautiful artichokes, my avocado and sprout, and tuna sandwiches and lettuce wraps. There's a beautiful egg breakfast. And then I started making more of my shaving whip, my body whip, shaving soaps for men and women. My son inspired me to make that. He is an avid shaver, always searching for the perfect shave soap, and I made that for him. There's some dusting powder. These are some of the powders and herbs that I use in my creations. And here's my deodorant again. And the inspiration just keeps on flooding in with lightning strikes, making some beautiful spices to make my Three Kings incense. Some beautiful herbs for my chocolates. Here's more herbs for the incense. There's some mirror glaze soaps. That's a glaze over a soap. Those were fun. A lot of steps to making this soap. It was a labor of love over 3 days to make this bar soap. And they're cashmere and they smell divine. Here's back to my coffee mugs. I tell you, it is a cup of passion for me that overflows. And I have my baby care line, and this inspired me because of my grandchild that was on the way at the time. Pristine and beautiful, clean, lavender rich, wonderful oils for babies' health of their skin. Unscented here. And more of my incense ingredients, and then I'm going to start grinding them up. And here's the finished product. They take about 2 to 3 weeks to cure. Then I have my figgy pudding soap with real figs inside. And here I'm getting ready to make some cough drops, throat lozenges. And here's the finished product. Then I'm going to make my beautiful spa soap that helps to banish cellulite with the circulation from the nice fingers there on this spa bar of soap that has beautiful spa-like fragrances that are essential oil based. And then my shower steamers for those who have colds and sniffles. Just melt those in the shower. Then I have my soap puree. I just shave those soap bars down into little flakes and I put them in these little bags that you can just put in the shower and use the bag to wash with and then hang it dry when you're not using it. Now I'm going to make my healthy tonic chocolates. Those are all my decadent goodies, and then I've got pomegranate seeds in those. Chocolate and good herbs and mushrooms, and then I've got again my remake batches of my bamboo soap. Those sell out very quickly. When my husband isn't using them up, it's his favorite. This is my Tree of Life second batch. Beautiful markings on top, and I cut each one in a different angle to give beautiful, unique looks to each bar. And I always love to make a little signature display with an owl or a little honeycomb. This is my glycerin milk-based soaps, oatmeal milk and honey. And then my soap spheres, and this is just a plum sphere. And this is my green tea sphere and loofah. And then my shampoo bars, which is out of persimmon, and it's beautiful and wonderful and softening at the same time. My gingerbread Christmas soap. Then my grandson came and I knitted away this beautiful little hat. He's just a couple days old there. He's wearing the little beanie I made him. Made him these little booties. They didn't turn out so well. I ended up ripping them out. I need to start over. But that's my heart. Just loving those around me and bringing great things to you. Here's my Valentine's soapstone hearts. The collectible stones that you get to put on your countertop as a reminder to love yourself. Here's some more hats that I've been knitting over the last week or so. Hats for every outfit, for my loved ones. I'm having a lot of fun making them. And that's what I do when I'm not making soap. Always creating, always working to love and gift others and to love myself. Here's the desert where I'm from, so stay tuned for my next creation that I'll be bringing you. No doubt most of all of them will be soap related or body care. I thank you for getting to know me and what I'm about and where I came from and why I do what I do and what's going on with my health and body. And all your support and all my sales help me to make more products. I don't really profit off of anything yet. I'm not doing that kind of business. I would love to do more business so that I could create more great things for myself, my family, and for you all. So with that, God bless. Make it a great day. Like and share the video. Give a comment. Visit my website, RAWkinSpiritCreations.com, or Etsy store, RAWkin Spirit, and buy something great that will help me to help you. See you on the next video.